everything from my title to the way I laid out my songs to the concepts, everything I wanted to be different.
Did it have anything to do with you were traveling a lot overseas this last year too?
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Terrence.
Is this just your
No,
show?
no,
or
no. He has to get to the Met, so
gotcha.
that's why we had
He got to work out here.
Yeah.
Believe that.
All right, just go ahead. I'll pick up when the
So, to the left.
So what influences do you say that you picked up from your travels and brought into this album?
I think the influences that I brought from my travel is being open-minded a lot, accepting different cultures and looking outside of the box, and instead of just looking around the same corner, it's like, okay, we know what's over there, we know what's over there, you know, from a fashion standpoint to a musical standpoint, and just challenging myself, you know, like taking other cultures and bringing it into our culture and like taking the risk.
I almost, when I look at you, I see like there's an obligation from you to bring those cultures from Japan, bring them from, you know, Switzerland, and bring them back to the hood. Do you feel that obligation to show us that?
I feel like that because like people might not talk about it a lot, but they do look to me for these different.
Oh hell yeah! No, they talk about it. No, you're one of those people. You're a trendsetter. We really look at you for that.
But I never knew like how important it was like until like last year. I was like, man, like, you know, like the questions that the students ask me, the question that people on the street ask me, I'm like, they really stepping up their game as far as information that they know about artists. You know, so I'm like, man, like they really up on it. Like, how do you know that this is
from your students? Because I know you do so much work back home. For your students, what are some of the things that have been surprising you that they ask you?
Everything. I mean, especially in NYU. I mean, there's so much talent in there, and you know, my goal is to help them reach their goals. And you know, with my classes, I bring in a lot of support on certain topics, just like how we did movie and films, and I mean music and films, and you know, I brought in directors X, Y, and Z. But like, questions they ask me would be like, how did you decide to work with Reebok over another brand, or what made you, you know, work with Christian Louboutin, or how do you feel about Christoph from Balmain not being there anymore, being that he's a close? I'd be like, yo, like, how do y'all know about like all of this
stuff?
They know about the real boardroom conversation.
Yeah, they know about like the stuff like that didn't even really hit the world yet. I'm like, but you know about that? And they hit me like, man, you know.
They're doing their homework.
They're doing their homework.
And is it reciprocal for you to kind of get the vibe from them, since they're in the streets, to hear about new music and new styles from the students as well? Has that been helpful?
Oh man, the students, they'll tell you the truth. You know, and when I have panelists that's in there, and they, you know, like we had advertisement, right? And I'm not going to say the name because like, I kind of put them on the spot, but you know, anytime I have people speaking, I like the students to know the good and the bad.
Exactly.
Because they up there telling them all the good stuff. I'm like, all right, well, what happened with this? Or what happened with the budget with that? Or what you do with that? Just like it was a particular car that one of the people that was in there is like the head person for this big car company that I had in there, speaking to them on the marketing side, and they was doing something to a car to sell. And I was like, wow, that's nice. So y'all spending how much money on that?
Ooh.
And like I had like
150
students in the class. I said, well, how many people in here going to buy that car because of what they just did to that car? And nobody raised their hand.
Wow.
And he was like, man, I'm disappointed in that. I was like, yeah. I was like, you know, it's a connection that and a disconnection. You got it's a hard thing. Just because you're doing something that's a cool name brand, that don't mean that they're gonna
buy it, right?
Yeah.
Or that it's legit, or that, you know, that's gonna be selling the product. Listen, we got a lot more with Swizz Beatz on the way, but first, let's get into the flashback joint of the day. Here he is with his sister Eve, featuring Swizz Beatz Tambourine.
Shake the tambourine, go and get yourself a whistle and blow.
Page number.
It's going into page 8.
Gotcha. You welcome back?
Yep. Welcome back to the second hour of the 106 Apart Weekend Countdown Show. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, especially to Miss A. Keys out there. Happy Mother's Day to her. We got her husband in the building, Mr. Swizz Beatz. It's here, number 10. That was Lil Wayne featuring Corey Guns with 6 foot, 7 foot.
We respect your privacy, so we never really get into that. But what's a piece of advice for maintaining a happy relationship?
Oh man, this is the number one rule is communication. Without the communication, you're not going to have the dedication. You're not going to have a lot of things without the communication. And I think that if more couples communicated more, they would learn more from each other, about each other. And then, you know, you would be able to come up with more solutions for when you run into like those hard spots.
A lot of couples don't talk anymore. Like they
don't talk
BBM
for
and
real.
Twitter each other. You know what I'm saying? Especially these youngins, right?
Oh, yes, because I'm a pedophile out
Oh,
there.
stop
I
it, Nina.
got all the high school kids after
come
me.
on.
Yes, the youngins that are.
Come on.
No, but it is true. Men don't know how to. Some men, not
Oh,
let me
how'd you point it
Men-
at?
say,
men-
I
women,
said,
though.
I took it back. I took it back. Some men do not know how to pick up the phone or don't know the value of a phone call. And you can't talk because you got carpal tunnel syndrome from all the texting you be doing.
I'm the
to
worst.
your
Talking
parents.
about
I'm the
person
worst.
to person.
I'm the worst.
Right,
No,
exactly.
no technology.
You're right. But sometimes, there,
I
it's
don't
the
think
little
it come
things
off
and
right on
throughout
phone.
the
I don't
day.
think when I say having a conversation, I mean real talk. No Blackberries, no phones.
Yeah, if that's accessible. But you guys gotta understand, in our world, busy lifestyles, you might not see
Gotta
that
take
person
that
all the
time
time.
out.
You definitely gotta take that time out.
In relationships, because you're always really busy, and the person that you're with is very busy, you'll have to take time and just cut your phones off and say, you
It's
know what,
scheduled.
it's us.
It's the only way it's gonna work. Mapping out. It consists of two assistants teaming up together, mapping out the schedule, and mapping out the you time. When is the hour time? You got the Grammys. I know you over here doing 1,000 things over here. Everybody's busy. Everybody can be busy.
Yeah.
But how do we put back into this dedication? And it takes time. It takes work.
I love it. Well, okay, guys, we got to get back into the work that he is here for and to promote. We got Coolin.
I could talk to Swiss
I know.
all day.
I'm trying to keep the man in schedule because he got things to do.
Intriguing. I'm
He got
sorry. The
things
label
to
is looking
do.
at us like, what the hell is going on in
Right.
that room?
Right.
What are they talking about
Right,
now?
so Coolin is the first single that you have off the album, and of course we all know that you put Eve onto it, but what else can we expect from your album that's going to be coming out?
Oh man, the album goes in different layers. Not to take away from my first single, but I just wanted the first single to be the ground point where people have something that they can relate to, that they can go back to and understand that, I'm still connected with my roots in hip hop, even though I'm taking you, way over there with Bono, me and Bono and Kanye on Skyscrapers.
Right.
Then I go over here with me and John Legend on Superstar, and then me, Wayne, and Lenny Kravitz on Rock and Roll.
God,
And,
crazy.
joints.
Crazy.
I can't wait till y'all hear the album.
Crazy.
Joints. All right,
Only
guys.
5 videos in.
Wow.
I can't wait.
Well, we saw the video for this one on 106, and we have it for you right here. Swiss, why don't you go ahead and introduce your new single?
New single featuring my sister Eve. Every day we coolin', we coolin'. We chillin', we coolin'. Let's go.
We coolin' right there. That's a new joint. Big ups to Swiss Beats in the building. Eve on the track. What's it like working with Eve after all of these years?
Oh man, that's like just working with your sister without getting into fights.
Does both of your success ever get in the way?
Nah. She's we two different entities. We both respect of each other's successes. She's into fashion. I'm into fashion. She's into traveling. I'm into traveling.
Yeah.
I think if I was like a female, I'd probably be like Eve.
Yeah.
She's dope. She's so well-rounded.
Fair comment.
She's so well-rounded. Talk to me about this Kanye and Bono thing, because this is real.
It's massive.
It's legendary.
Real.
And what's crazy is that, with the things going on in the world, it's like if I was to drop that now, it'd just flip everything.
Why don't you?
Because
What do you think about everything that's going on? Like, it's just the world is a crazy place. You got Donald Trump going after Obama. It's just like ridiculous.
He'd be alright. Trump is just, he's a salesman. He's
True.
doing what he's doing best. He's keeping himself in the media. Go after the president. He is. I can't get into all that because that's like political stuff that Donald got going on.
Right. Okay.
And it's, but as far as what's going on in the world, I just think that they just showing it to us clearer. I think that all this stuff been going on. They just promote it more. It's just more mainstream news. Like this stuff that's been going on, it would have been like real kept under the ground. The Osama thing would have been reported, but a lot of the other things, and then some of the other things we can't control, like the storms and
Exactly.
and
Which is so sad.
Yeah, it's
So sad.
tornadoes. But I do feel like there's been a lot of details on this Osama situation, more than and faster than usual. Like they have detailed reports of the infantry that went in and his the
I seen a picture today.
Yeah,
so the photos.
I'm still wondering if that's
Is that
really
those real?
is that real or not. I don't know. I don't feel like people would have access to that.
I believe it's real.
You think that's real?
Yeah, I believe it's real. Only because, you know, I believe it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that was kind of gruesome to see, but it is what it is.
Which is crazy. What are your thoughts on Obama and his speech and just everything at this
I think that
juncture?
I think Obama was straight to the point. You know, he said what he needed to say. I think that you know, people can finally probably give him some credit. You know, even with all of the jokes and the this and the that, and you know, it's like it's never enough.
Exactly.
So I guess, you know, his speech was like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, nigga, yeah.
Handling
now what's
business.
up?
Let's get into some joyous things, all right, right now. Of course, we did say that it is Mother's Day weekend. Do you guys have any special plans for Mother's Day? This is like the first
Every day
one?
is Mother's Day.
Okay.
Every day is Mother's
Well,
Day.
on the special calendar marked Hallmark selling a lot of things day, do y'all have anything special planned for Mother's Day?
Like I said, I'm very spontaneous.
Okay.
So I just see how it goes.
We'll see what happens. We'll read about it.
And who I know you working with somebody right now that we don't know about. Just tell us a little something going on. Whose project is being worked on right now? Jay-Z or somebody in the
Weren't you doing Kanye's? Or weren't you helping Kanye out with it?
Yeah. Watch the Throne.
How's that coming? Just tell it. Is it coming along?
I mean, the song. Now, if they was to drop that song right now, oh man,
crazy.
Oh man. If I was to drop Skyscrapers and they was to drop the song that we did right now, it'd change hip hop.
Somebody gotta make some
If
phone
it was
calls.
right, it would change hip hop. It would it'd put people on their P's and Q's.
What are the ingredients to knowing when is the right time to drop it? Like you said, like do you strategize that? Would you call a Jay and say, you know what, we're gonna strategically come out? Because there's been times where it's just Swiss beats on the radio,
right?
And you hear 4 Swiss beats, and it's like, is all of that done methodically, or did it just kind of happen?
That should come from hard work, right there. But you know, a lot of the times you can't really predict when to drop a song. You can have an idea, like, all right, I'm gonna come with every day, and I'm gonna hit him with this, and I'm gonna hit him with that, and I'm gonna do this. But it never really works like that. See, like, I dropped every day. It's like, okay, cool. But now, this event just happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, like, this, like, Skyscrapers and the visual that I have for that and the topics that we're talking about on the song is like, today.
May have to
you know what I'm
reevaluate
saying? Yeah, it's like today. And I'm like, damn, you know, how do I do that and keep it as big as I want it to be with the collaboration that I have.
Without diluting it after. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, of course, we'd love to keep you the whole entire time, Swizzy, but we know you got things to do and Mother's Day to celebrate right now. But we appreciate you coming by. Thank you so much, Bobby.
And blessings to all the beautiful moms out there.
From Swizzy.
Yes.
Showtime.
Showtime.
There you go. Back into the countdown, guys. Here's the number 9 song. It's Chris Brown. Look at me now.
Look at him.